Hola, and welcome to another edition of The Big O Show, starring Orestes Destrade.
Brother. Great show. Just came off JP Peterson show.
Breaking news.
You got breaking news. You started with breaking news, ended with breaking news. Bill Carlson on. A lot of great stuff about, the pending deal. We are, can I just say it? We are days.
Say it.
Days
Say
away
it.
from
Sam Kinison. Say it.
Yeah, I used to, may you rest in peace.
The best.
Days away from what could be a monumentous, historic, game-changing scenario in the Tampa Bay area. So that was beautiful, and I'm sure you tapped into all the Bucks. Love your Bucks coverage, by the way.
Thank you, sir.
Gotta commend you because you break things down. You bring us into the inner workings of especially camp, because it's kind of like with spring training, because there'll be some guys that you don't know. You have the usual suspects. You have the Junior Camaroneros and the Yandis and Sugar Shane, but then you want to hear about the
Aiden Garnes,
the Carson Williams type guys.
Yeah.
Who's this?
Who's
rookie?
coming up?
Who's coming up? Aiden Garnes is a great one.
Ted Hurst.
Yeah. Look at this kid.
Which is like the whitest name ever for a big black dude.
It is. Theodore Hurst.
Theodore Hurst. Theodore Hurst to see you, sir.
He needs to add.
What's up?
He needs to add the third on that one.
Theodore Hurst the third.
I am Theodore Hurst the third, and I will knock your ass.
Oh.
No, but great job there. And then that, obviously it leads us into what was a phenomenal series, even though the Rays got upended 3 out of 4. And
Damn, it's good
this
baseball.
wraparound series. The show today, we're going to be talking about the Big O's, and that's not this Big O, but
With the Big O's.
the Big O's.
Oh.
And they put a scare on our Rays, albeit could have been 3-4 on the flip side. That's how close the games were.
Yeah.
3-1 run games, extra inning games. You were at that one.
Super
The
entertaining.
crowd was just every single game was, even the Monday night game had a good crowd. And
the vibe in there is so different,
is very different. And the Rays, a couple of bounces here and there, a couple of key hits, which they normally have gotten, especially by the usual suspect and a guy like Yandy Diaz, who came up a little short in a couple of key moments, but it doesn't matter to me. He's there's a runner in scoring position. It's my number one offensive stat. I'd want none other than Yandy Diaz, who still is in the 14s, I believe, 415, 414, with runners in scoring position, which is insane, brother. So that was a little short, but kudos to the O's, who hit, got clutch hits, 2-out hits.
Lots of homers.
They got Gunnar Henderson hot again. He came in a little hot, got even hotter. Nice for the big polar bear, by the way.
For a homecoming?
He
Didn't say something? They say the OPS was like 16, 19. Like some ridiculous OPS is the streak he's on, 10-game hitting streak.
Bro,
he's hitting 580.
He's carrying
average.
Carrying
holy
that
shit.
team, even though there's multiple hitters that are hitting well. Obviously, Encarnacion Strand is a great pickup for them.
Yeah, how about that?
It's interesting because, when you look at pickups and you look at teams this is how crazy the American League is. When you look at teams that gave up players, literally, there's like 5 teams that are actually doing better since the trade deadline, even though they were sellers. Hear what I'm saying, JP. Sellers. The Orioles gave up Adley Rutschman, Taylor Ward, Dean Kremer, Tyler Wells, who we picked up, had his first rough outing. I give him a mulligan on that one. Still a big fan of Tyler Wells and what he's going to bring to the table for us, is bringing to the table. And one of their another one of their catchers, Jake Rogers, gave all those guys up. Basically, we're selling, and they are now tied for third in the AL wildcard. So it's just nuts how the American League is. Another team that's coming in, the Jays, 7-3 in the last 10. They gave up Gossman. They gave up Varsho. They gave up Jeff Hoffman, who needed to go because he just kind of probably lost his confidence in Toronto, but still is a major league monster, can be. Adam Macko basically just unloaded, and they're in the mix.
Yeah.
And a half game out of a wild card spot. One other team in the American League, the Tigers. None other than Terrence
I thought they were dead.
And Casey Mize, though I will say they went into Chicago and ended up getting swept. They went in 2.5 out, left 5.5 out. But still, they're right there at 61-64, tied for third in the wild card. They just kind of spit the hook as far as jumping into their divisional lead. So that being said, it's no rest for the weary for the Rays right now as they're going to host the Jays. But back to that game, that series, when you really look at it, clutch hitting by the O's. They lead the major leagues by far in RBIs by pinch hitters. What a key stat that is. What a sleepy little stat. They have like 32 or 33 RBIs by their pinch hitters. That is so important. The Rays use that a
great
lot.
Bench.
The Rays use that a lot, and two of their guys that I think have been fantastic, both starting and off the bench, has been Ryan Blade Runner, and obviously Johnny DeLuca. Johnny be good. Great series.
Big
great
pinch hit, couple of RBIs.
RBIs, great defense. We saw diving plays by DeLuca. One, crashing into the wall play by Ryan Blade. I don't know if people realize that Blade only has 2 errors this year. None in the outfield. One at second, one at first. That's
plays
it.
all those different positions and plays them all well.
He plays them all well. Johnny DeLuca can handle all 3 outfields. Obviously, center field probably his best position, but he has a gun. Both guys, are driving in runs. Blade has got a 280 plus against lefties, 280 plus RISP, which is key for me. So does DeLuca. He's up there in RISP, crushing against both. He's hitting 270-ish, close to 270 against righties and lefties. So those others guys, Baltimore's using them with the big polar bear and Gunnar getting hot. The Rays also are doing that, and it was by committee as far as winning that game on Monday. So,
and they should have won Saturday's game, the one I was at,
hands down.
They got it to extra innings. It was so like when they get it to extra innings in the ninth, the Ronda comes up, gets a base hit with 2 outs.
Yep.
Puts it on first and third, and then Junior, and we were literally sitting in the front row, bro.
Yeah,
Junior's like,
all right, Bob Uecker.
Ashley could have reached out and grabbed. Well, anyway.
Yeah, anyway.
But
or the other way around.
I think the umpire was definitely staring her down. That was like he was definitely distracted.
He's calling the game like ball.
It was a little bit of that going on. Oh God! No, we had a great time, and that the Trop was just like after that, the place is just going bananas, and then the swinging bunt by Cammy brings in the tying run, and the place. So I did a whole
this is
video of it. It was like playoff atmosphere, man.
Yeah,
it was like when we had 40,000 against the Stros, and Kiermaier to Willie Adames to
remember that play?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That was a classic.
Get Altuve at the plate.
Relay throw.
Yeah,
that greatest relay.
That was one of the greatest plays. It's not even an offensive play. That was play. Watching that go down, everything was perfect. Got him at the plate, and the place just exploded. Loudest I've ever heard it.
Yeah.
That's
what this
and that's what it was the other day.
And it does, like we've been saying. You've been saying it now for about a month that you feel that there's something special about this team.
Yeah.
And not just like, oh, we're going to the playoffs, we're going to do good. No, there's something unique, and there's like this. You got to have that in any sport because of the duration of the season. At some point in time, there has to be a meshing of like, the continuity and everything is clicking.
Mm-hmm.
They lost 3 out of 4, but it wasn't like they got their asses kicked.
Right.
So everything is still clicking. And one of the guys that has just been phenomenal, man, is the other Baker in athlete in the Tampa Bay area, and that's Brian Baker. What a season this guy's having. When you think about when he came into spring training, excited about having had a solid year the year before, right? But not being the main guy. They used him quite often. But you had Fairbanks, and there was like closing by committee, but Fairbanks is kind of your guy.
Right.
Then they unload Fairbanks. What foresight they had to think, it's going to be a Baker-Jax combination. Jax struggles early on. He goes to the starting rotation, and then it's just handed the ball to Brian Baker. And he's done nothing but be borderline perfect.
Lights out.
Yeah, bro. I mean, when you look at his stats this year, it's just phenomenal. I mean, he's not just a sub, 2 ERA, but he's at a level of like special. He's got an ERA of 1. I was thinking this year, Kate Smith came out super strong, still got 31 saves and a 2.2 ERA. But everybody's like, well, the elite of the elite is the Aroldis Chapman with a sub 2 ERA. Hold it 1 second. This dude's at a 1.47, and he's got 55 punch outs with 49 strikeouts. One of the things
What's the whip?
Yeah.
What's the whip?
The whip is at.
Stewie wants to know.
Do you think it's below 1?
It has to be.
Do you think it's below 0.90?
That's all. That's pretty.
Think again, my friend. 0.88.
Holy shit,
dude! He's just throwing bullets, strikes, changeup. The changeup. That's the one that, because he's got 95, 96, and taking rear back 97 and spotting his fastball up high. I love that. But it's this, bro. He's believed in that changeup, and he's just, as a former hitter, when I faced a guy that had 2 great pitches, if they only had 2 great pitches, if one is a fastball, one's a changeup, they were very devastating, because if you have the arm angle and the arm release that looks exactly similar, hitting that changeup just messes you, because the location of that fastball and then the changeup could be exactly the same as they're coming in, and then one just dies, and especially because he has a good changeup that literally drops. It's not just a straight change,
and it goes away.
It goes away and drops almost like a forkball.
Yeah.
So
that the killer pitch that he used at the end on the 5-out save last night.
Yeah.
He who's the second to last out? Was it Gunnar? Forget it. He had the changeup that got Alonso. On the changeup, and then came back to finish the game.
In the 8th,
in the 9th, he comes back to finish the game, and he started that changeup like about a little on the outer half.
Mm-hmm.
But it looked like a big fat fastball coming in. And when that guy pulled the trigger, it just went down and away from the lefty and just missed his bat by a good bit. He was out in front and he couldn't reach it.
Yeah.
I mean, he not only has the depth of it, it goes down, but he can control it. Where he starts it and where it ends.
And even when they
throw it for a strike,
when they do make contact, off of him, like Kobe Mayo, who had hit this 470-foot blast, we pop up to short. I think you were talking about Gunnar Henderson when he grounded out the Palacios on that changeup, and then Encarnacion Strand hit a single off of him, but then it was
on a ball that was at his eyes.
Yeah, it was up here.
It was an 0-2 pitch, which
great pickup. Great pickup by them in this sleepy guy who hadn't been really doing much all season, and all of a sudden he's just awoken, both defensively and offensively. And Christian Encarnacion Strand, great pickup for the O's. It's just working out, and then he gets Tavares, who's always been a Rays killer on the foul tip on the changeup. So phenomenal job. He's just controlling hitters right now. He's pitching. I love the fact that he got the opportunity for a up and down save where, a la Mo Rivera, in the days when you got to the playoffs and all of a sudden Joe Torre rarely in the regular season used Mo in the 8th and 9th. But if you remember in that storied 4 championship run of theirs, Mo multiple times came in the 8th.
Yeah.
And got 5 outs, 4 outs. So it's nice to see the confidence builder with Kevin Cash to go, okay, Cam Boozer, you did a nice job, but I'm going to bring in the firepower here. And another guy that's done well as far as the others, Cam Boozer, I applaud him. And,
he's been good.
He's been great. He got the win. Got in a little bit of trouble in that inning, but then boom, comes in, gets 5 outs. I don't think people realize the fact that he's having a great saving season. Yeah, that's fantastic, and confidence is building. This 5-out save I think is one of the biggest confidence builders for him to move on because of what
for the playoffs.
Yeah. What it means that I'm capable. Now you just got to make sure that you don't, wear him out as the season progresses, because there's still a lot of baseball to be played. You still got to defend that American League East.
No, it is a great point, because we've seen this team go into the postseason
weary,
where their bullpen is just fried.
Correct.
Completely fried. And the way the starters have not been going deep into games, we're in danger of that in September.
We are, and that's why I was, adamant about picking a quality bullpen guy, which I believe they did. Tyler Wells struggled and got knocked around a little bit in that game, but he had been fantastic. You're not going to be perfect all the time. Obviously, Liam Hicks has got 2 homers, 9 RBIs, but he's made out and he's had offers already in his tenure. So you give the guy a mulligan, but that's the guy. That's my guy that kind of solidifies it. Because honestly, Grove, Rycroft,
they got to go.
Yeah, those guys aren't. I don't want them on the playoff roster. I'm going to be candid with you. So, Joe Boyle came back into the mix, but he's got to work his way back in. We saw him come out. He looked okay.
Yeah.
But that's a guy that could.
Manny Rodriguez might be coming back.
That would be wonderful. But he's been away from Major League Baseball for over a year, bro. Yeah. So how do you ease that in? I'd like to see him sooner than later. And then be an arm that the league hasn't seen in a while, and then you can have a secret weapon. But the likes of Big Game Baker, the likes of Kevin Kelly, the likes of Wells, Boozer, those are my guys to go to. And nothing against Clevenger. I like them. I just kind of want to use them in specific scenarios. There's pitchers and hitters that you have to put in positions to, that are best suited for them. I don't think Clevenger is like that,
high leverage
lefty situation. I'd rather go with Boozer right now.
Yeah. No, I think he's just been inconsistent.
He's been so inconsistent with his fastball that when he misses over the plate, or he walks a guy and then he gets himself in trouble.
That. Yeah.
And he has to control his emotions too. So, watching the games and watching him, I read, as a former hitter, I used to read body types of pitchers. So if I knew that a guy would come off the mound, after he gave a couple runs, and I knew he was going to be back out there again, but he was like, okay, this guy can't keep his composure, and he's bound to squeeze a slider, squeeze a curveball or fastball, and leave one over the plate. So you like the composed guys, and that's one thing that Baker pitches with emotion, but he pitches composed. So that's a huge thing that's going on right now. So listen, the AL wild card race. Let's just take a quick look at this right now. You've got the Yankees and Boston, JP, that are number 1 and number 2 in the wild card race. Obviously, top 3 teams move on. Division winners, 2 of them, with the best records get their buys, and then you have that, the 4 teams play off. Right now, the Yankees and Boston are playing better baseball than the White Sox and Houston, and have more wins than them, but because of a weakened West and Central, it's the Yankees and Boston that are 1-2. Baltimore's creeped up and tied up with the 3-pack of Texas, Detroit, and Baltimore, all at 61 and 64. So close. Then you go 61 and 65, Minnesota, who has a hell of an offense. And could be scary in the long run. Toronto's been a little hot now at 7-3. They're 61-65. Dare I say Cleveland, because of their tenure and because of their pedigree of making the playoffs, especially always having great Septembers, this is a weak-ass hitting team.
Mm-hmm.
Good pitching.
Yeah.
Terrible offense. But watch out, Jose Ramirez is about a month past the Hammett surgery on his left hand that has caused him problems with his left-handed swing, and obviously your right-handed swing. But he's been hitting abysmal from the left side. If he wakes up, he's the type of guy that can carry the team. So watch out for Cleveland. Seattle, I don't know what to think about Seattle. Seattle is the best sucky team, arguably, in the major leagues.
Yeah,
They're the best roster shit team in the major league.
Yeah, it's a little bizarre how they can. But it's just look at you're talking about these teams that are all in the wild card that are 61 and 65.
I know, bro.
That's not good baseball.
It's not good baseball. It's.
I mean, unless you want to say, and this is up to your eye to tell you this, are these just a lot? Is there just a lot of parity in this league, and it's a bunch of teams beating up on each other?
I guess
good teams beating up on each other. I don't know.
No, it's just some really bad baseball. A very bad offense by a lot of teams that were supposed to be hitting the ball a lot better in the American League. That's one of the biggest things. The National League has a more consistent, when you look at the fight in the National League for the wild card, it's teams like Chicago with 73 wins, teams like Philadelphia with 68 wins.
Yeah.
San Diego, who's always up and down, but they've got 67 wins,
Right.
Arizona, pesky, 66 wins. The Braves are, first place, but I'm talking about the wild card teams.
Yeah.
These are just wild card teams. You get a wild card team with 73 wins, bro. I mean, that's the Chicago Cubs because Milwaukee is just hard to catch. And Chicago's playing lights out, the last, month or so. So it's a much more attractive National League and a much weaker American League. But that being said, our Rays are poised.
Best record in baseball.
To keep control. You've got Soriano coming out for his third start, I believe it is. He had a nice start against Boston. The pickup from the Angels, nasty slider, nasty fastball, up against our very own Nick, as we like to call him, Cy Martinez, with 12-3.
Wow. What a year he's had.
2.74 ERA. The great thing about Martinez that I was studying his numbers, they hit him. He gives up hits, but he controls those hits. And, oh, by the way, he only has 20 walks. So he doesn't give up walks. So where other pitchers that have
his whip's at 1.09.
Yeah,
still
bro.
Really good.
So he just controls the game. It's another great stat that I don't think gets exemplified enough. You know how big I am on risk. On the flip side, how does a pitcher do in the pinch? How does he do with a runner in second or third? They're hitting 202 against him with runners in scoring position.
Yeah.
So he controls the game, again, using that changeup, spotting a fastball. It's not as hard as a Baker, but spots it maybe as good or better than most pitchers, and he'll cut it and sink it. So our pitching is solid right now. We're not having Sugar Shane. I
thought he pitched good.
I thought he looked good.
Yeah. Velocity was good.
Velocity was good. He had a little under 60 pitches, just perfect. Let's ease him in. He's just I think past the 100 inning mark. So I'd like to see him keep have him about another 40 innings or so in the next 6 or 7 starts, and then unleash him in the playoffs.
Did you like the give and take between him and Cash when he's like, before the out even got recorded, he's looking in the dugout and telling Cash that, no, I got this. No, get in. Stop. Don't come out here. And Cash is like looking down because he doesn't want to look
at that.
No, he doesn't want to look at that.
Yeah.
And Shane was not pleased, but in the post-game interview, he was very like, listen, I don't want to come out. I want to help my guys. I want to be out there every minute I can, but I leave it to them to make the right decisions.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they usually do, even though Legamina gave up a
interesting you bring that up, because circling back to Freddie Peralta's start, where you had the double play and then Cash comes out and takes him out. I saw some of the logic in it, but he seemed to be in a good groove at that time, and unfortunately, the floodgates open right off of that. So
Douglas Batista, he brought this up earlier in the week too, and he wants you to ask you. He says, I've been critical of Peralta. I was at the Trop on Sunday. I saw him pitching 36 balls, 40 strikes, fastball velo dipped 92, below 92, 3 walks, hit by pitch. It was saved by Valade in the first from giving up runs.
Yeah.
So he said the numbers might have looked good, but he wasn't pitching great, and that's why.
No, the thing that I didn't like was the ball to strike count. He wasn't pinpoint, and he plays off his fastball a lot, and I'm not concerned about his velocity. I've seen 92, 93. We've also seen 95, 96. So I'm not concerned about his, I'm just concerned about him getting in the same socket, delivery, comfort, getting comfortable with the changeup, using that a little more, learning from what the Rays preach at an upwards of over 20% changeup. He doesn't have to reach that 23% level, but he needs to use it more, because if not, they're keying on his fastball.
Right.
And if he's not pinpoint or velocity high, he's going to get hit. So that's where he's at this year for whatever reason. So he has to buy into the scenario of, let's repeat our motion better and let's use that changeup. I think he's going to be okay. I really, really do. I think he's going to pay dividends into September, and then you're going to see the best of him this year. If we see the best of Freddie Peralta into September and then in October, then I'm feeling comfortable in saying, hey, you've got game 3 or a game 4, right?
Yeah.
Because think about it. They hold on to where they're supposed to hold on. They're looking at a best of 5 series at home, right? And you're going, number 1, number 2 is our boy Drew Rasmussen, Mr. Keep You Off Balance, Nick Martinez. And then depending on who the matchup is in game 3, it's either going to be Sugar Shane or Peralta. You know what I mean? Depending on the team you're playing, the scenario, are we up 2-0, but then you're wrapping back around to make sure that Drew Rasmussen has game 5. Right. So then you're feeling good if you have to go to a game 5. And then the same scenario as you go into a 4-7, 4-7. So if everybody stays healthy, I like our setup. That would be, I'm good with that 4-man rotation. No disrespect to Ian Seymour. Who knows? If Peralta just kind of completely falls apart, then Ian Seymour gets in the mix in that 4-pack.
He's been really good.
He's been
really good.
Really, really good. Pitching with a lot of confidence. He's funky as hell.
Maybe you start Sugar Shane and you have him on.
And if need be. I mean, it just depends if you want to double up lefties, in a game, because usually you want to try to switch it up and bring a righty. So he's there. But the good thing about with Ian is that he's already at the high level of major leagues, has come out of the pen, right? Whether it's in a true relief scenario or in the bulk scenario. So he's got all 3 figured out.
Right.
So I like that about Ian. He's pitching with a lot of confidence. You got to keep him confident. So it's up to 3 and 4, how well Sugar Shane continues to progress off of the back injury, and then how well Peralta does. But it's nice to have that Ian and the swing gate.
I forgot. We mentioned off the top that we did the breaking news in my show. Did we actually do it in this show?
Oh no, please. I think.
Okay. So, because some of the guys are asking about it. So, we had Bill Carlson on the JP show. And at the beginning of the show, I was texting with Ken Hagan, the county commissioner chairman, who has led this for 20 years. Literally the last 10 has been the point person for the Hillsborough County and Tampa bid. He said, we're going to, looks like we're going to schedule the vote today and hopefully schedule the votes today or tomorrow. City will vote first, and the county likely same day or subsequent days. So that's from Ken Hagan. And then also Bill Carlson came on the show and said, not only are we going to Thursday set the schedule, the vote for the 27th, August 27th, next Thursday.
Right.
So they're going to set that on Thursday, should be agreed to. They have the votes for that. And then I just asked him, point out, with the draft comes back, what you wanted from Ken Babby, which is every expectation that's what it is.
Right.
Are you going to vote yes? And he said, how can I not?
How could he not?
How could he not?
Yeah.
So the county is 4-3 at least, maybe a 5-2. But it's going to pass.
Right.
And then now the city is 4-3. Then Carlson is the swing vote, and it'll be 4-3. So by Thursday of next week, we could have the vote.
Yeah.
And it could finally be done. And for those of you who are saying, hey, we got one, voted on in St. Pete as well, and that never came to fruition, That was a completely different deal with an owner that was never going to use any of his own money
massively
to
different.
build that stadium. I don't believe they ever planned on building it anyway. I think it was a real estate ripoff deal anyway.
Yeah.
That's just my opinion. This is not that. This is a group that has.
I'll put it this way: was there any movement of picking builder, picking this and that? Like the Rays are, the new ownership is doing so many things, like ahead of the game, prepared to like boom, boom. This
pick
thing happens. Let's go. We got the contractor.
Demo.
We got the demo.
It's already been done. Yeah.
So to answer that question or that concern, it's a just like the Rays. I forgot who it was when I was watching something, and it might have been the great Dr. Ken Atwater, who was on the radio show during the game on Sunday. Was it?
I think. Yeah.
And he referred to them a couple of different times as the new Rays.
New Rays.
And I found that curious. How the way that he depicted, and it was like, well, because the new Rays, and he was talking about the thing, and the new Rays, this
new ownership. It's a whole different deal.
The new Rays.
Yeah. I mean, we don't need to re-legislate the last regime.
No,
but I think I detailed quite well what that was all about for many years.
How could you not?
So this group, their entire plan in buying the team was based on this stadium. So they're not going to somehow not do it. Like, or pull out. Oh, he pulled out because of the hurricane. No, he didn't. That was just part of it. I think it was never going to get done. These guys, hurricanes be damned. If they're hurricanes, it might delay the construction of it. But once this vote is done, this deal is on.
Right.
Because the state's involved. They've already given the money for $50 million for the relocation of Hillsborough College.
Sure.
The city is going to be involved. The county. There's too many moving parts.
Way too many.
To stop this thing.
And now then Bill Carlson drops a compromising addition to the mix.
Consensus building, as he would like to call
Consensus building. Great political terminology there, by the way.
Yes.
Love that jargon. To be able.
But I think compromise is equally as appropriate.
I mean, it's
because the Rays gave up.
The Rays gave up.
Process,
and then the city and the county gives up money.
Yep.
So there's a compromise. But hey, by the way, can we then later allocate over here and allocate over here?
Sure.
So it's a win, and as he put it, a win, or you may think it was win in this situation. So I think Bill has called it a win-win, but it's actually a triple win.
Could be a quadruple if you say city, county, Rays, and fans.
Yeah. Community.
You want to go that far.
Yeah.
And I think it is. It is such a win for everybody. Even if you never went to a baseball game in your life, you're going to be positively affected by this deal because, as Carlson says, is not only are we getting a baseball stadium, but we're getting $20 million towards fixing the roads and the flooding problems in South Tampa because of this deal getting done. So there's just so many benefits for it. And once everybody learns the benefit package and the community benefits, you're almost universally you're for it. And that's why in the long run, we'll be here 10 to 15 years from now where you and I will be serving beers in the FanStream Sports Tampa Bay Brew Pub in center field, doing our podcast and talking baseball with you drunks.
Yes.
So in the new stadium going, this place is freaking awesome.
And
the community comes together.
The whole district can be awesome.
Yeah.
And I posed to him about, his thoughts about just that 3, 5, 10 years from now, as far as what the impression would be. And he talked candidly about not only for the community, but jobs,
tech
businesses.
CEOs, that he talked to.
He talked about the tech CEOs. He talked about, he just visited Asia. I'm assuming he probably stopped in my third home of Japan and Tokyo, and how he saw some Tampa Bay hats being worn.
Yeah.
So the news is getting out there, and this is a progressive right move, and we have to support it. So that is breaking news, and right here,
and awesome news at that.
Yeah.
As is the Texas Roadhouse of Wesley Chapel.
Yes, sir.
Is an awesome place to eat steak and chicken and pasta,
right?
And hot buns, baby. They got hot buns with hot honey butter.
Yeah, buddy. And they've got comfort food at a comfortable price. I love the place, love the location. There's several of them throughout the Tampa Bay area, but this is the award-winning one. Tyler Hamilton has been involved with it since he was a youngster, and now he's the owner of that great TRWC, as I call it, and the service, the food, the level of food, fantastic. Stop on by, mention JP and Big O, and a great place to watch yourself a game too. It's not just
that's right.
It's a family place, great seating and all that. Even though for good things, sometimes you have to wait a little bit. Be patient with that because it's so popular. But there's also a phenomenal bar atmosphere and big screens to watch your favorite Tampa Bay sports teams.
And thanks to the Murphy Auto Group, Genesis of Tampa, where if you buy a car still in August, you get 90 days, no payments, which is super cool. And you get a great vehicle in the Genesis GV70 or the GV80, soon to be a GV90. That's going to be the Mac.
I bet.
Daddy, bro. And they're sedans, luxury cars.
They have a 90 sedan that's just ridiculous.
Massagers in the back.
I know. I love that. That thing is,
and all these things that the highest end cars have.
Yeah.
And these are like a fraction of the price.
No doubt.
Go check out the value. 801 East Bears Avenue at Genesis of Tampa. And of course,
Miracle
the
Toyota,
City
man.
Store,
City Store is fantastic. Swear by the service and the great deals at one of the top Toyota dealerships in the Southeast. In fact, they've just recently won awards and set records. So they do deals over there, and then they're always having the month of August is a big month for the whole Murphy Auto Group industry. And let me not forget to mentioning Mike Murphy and also the things that he does beyond selling cars, which is community and charity events. He's a winner. And speaking of winners, right here at Kingmakers too, you can
where we're coming from.
Where we're coming from, and let's not forget. Oh, by the way, Amy D came by my house yesterday.
Oh, really? You're getting the rescreen is underway.
Done.
It's done?
Yeah, bro.
The Lily Lux rescreen is done?
Lily Lux is another one of our sponsors.
That was quick.
Well, it was just, I'd gotten the new house and it has a big patio, but it wasn't screened. So I wanted to screen it in. I have an incredible, beautiful view. Nothing behind me is just woods and trees and beautiful. And I wanted to screen the whole thing in.
Mm-hmm.
They came out yesterday in one day. Phenomenal.
Put the whole thing up?
Put the whole thing
Holy
up.
Holy shit, it's bang.
Bro, and it's banging. In fact, I'll the next show
get some pictures.
I'll get you the pictures on there. She is what she professes, which is concierge service, explains everything to you. They sit you down and they tell you everything they're going to do, that day. Through not one, not two, but 3 workers came out there, jumped on it, got everything, their truck. They're so professional. I can't listen.
That's awesome.
We are always happy about, and we use all of our sponsors, both on the Big O show.
We are customers.
Also, we are customers, just like it is on the JP Peterson show. I drive a Tundra. He drives a Genesis.
Yep.
We eat at the Texas Roadhouse. We
broadcast from
Kingmakers. And I will tell you gladly, if you're needing anything to do with rescreening or putting up a brand new screen, replacing screens, Lily Lux Rescreen is the place to go. And they're all over. They're in Tampa Bay, all over. Wesley Chapel, Lutz, Land O'Lakes, Carrollwood, South Tampa, and even pop down to Sarasota, Bradenton if you need be. So as for the Amy D, super excited about the football season coming up.
Yes, she is.
She's a
fly Eagles fly.
She loves her Bucks, but she loves her Eagles. And you know what he's told me also? She went like, hey, you see that we got LeBron and we got Jaylen Brown. She's excited about the NBA too. She's a sports person, so you'll love her, guys and gals. 813-447-0431. 813-447-0431. www.lilyluxrescreen.com. Ask for Amy. Tell them Big O sent you.
It's Lily, Lily Lux, Luxe, rescreen.com. All right. Let's get to some of our other comments.
Yes.
Rick says, thank God JP is back. Hamon sits in and the Rays lose 3 in a row.
Wow.
That's true.
That
JP
was true.
back and they win last night.
That's true. That's
no,
true.
Your ego doesn't need it, but the Rays need you.
One-run games. One-run games killed you.
The one I went to, we lost.
Yeah, that was the extra inning game.
Yeah, but it was fun.
That was
fun.
That was a lot of fun.
Did I tell you about what happened? So we get the great
Rays lost. I know what happened.
We get the great seats from the Rays, right?
Yeah,
and it was fantastic front row seats.
Yeah.
And so I call my buddy, longtime buddy, used to work with me at Channel 44 back in the 90s. Lee Goldberg.
Yeah.
Used to be a sportscaster.
I remember.
And he dates Shannon Spake from ESPN.
Okay.
So I said, oh, yeah, we'd love to have you guys come join us.
So
she couldn't make it. So he brought a +1.
Okay.
Most annoying person ever. Like Larry David would have a whole episode on this dude.
Pretty annoying.
Like literally. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, right? And I'm like, we're walking up. I'm like, yeah, we'll take 1, 2. You guys have 3 and 4. So we're walking up to the seats. He jumps ahead of us and sits down in 1.
Just jumps ahead,
jumps in,
takes the corner,
sits
seat,
right down on the aisle.
The aisle seat. Excuse me.
Yeah, we're he
wanted to make sure that he got the aisle seat.
Yeah.
and oh, by the way, he was a +1 that wasn't supposed to even be there.
No, guest.
All right, you want to remain nameless.
I mean, I could go. Yeah, we won't crush the dude, but we'll.
All right.
That was
you literally felt like Larry David on that.
It was unbelievable.
You felt
I
like
would have been like, what are we doing? What are we doing?
How do you get the aisle seat? You don't get the aisle.
Yeah,
you're a guest.
You guys, you don't get the aisle.
I get the aisle. You get the fourth
3 and 4. Yeah, 1, 2,
3 and 4.
You know that
1, 2.
Bad etiquette. Horrible. So yeah, it went downhill from there. It went downhill from there. Oh yeah, but it still couldn't hurt the day. And then we had the concert afterwards. Fantastic. That Trop, man. Who
was it again? I apologize, but I didn't remember.
Jordan Davis, country guy, really good. Yeah, fantastic concert, really
fantastic.
good. Yeah,
that's a good.
The
poll.
food was awesome.
Yeah,
food was awesome. We ate in the club. Prime rib, the chicken wings were fantastic. The drinks, they bring you the drinks and the hot dogs and pretzel. It's perfect. Listen, it was such a great day at the Yard.
Yeah, I mean,
even with Mr. Annoying Man.
Don't want to get too far ahead, even though this is a huge next few days. But with the new Rays, let's just go ahead and call them that, the new Rays, and the atmosphere and the excitement amongst not only in between the lines, but outside the lines, in the stadium, in the community, the ownership group, the thought of what is to come when they do open up that stadium and the area and the HCC, it's going to be palatable. It's going to be so live that the fans are going to be just loving this new Rays.
People don't, and I've said
they're
this
excited about this
long.
team right now.
We've done it all wrong for so long.
That's
no disrespect. The Trop now is it's actually fun to go to, and people.
And you've always been
I'm anti-Trop, slop, because it was like a mausoleum, and there was no energy in that place.
Right.
It just had no energy,
unless it was a particular playoff game or late in the season.
Exactly.
Just one-offs.
But 9 out of 10 times you go there, it was a you worked there for 11 years, bro.
I kept my energy. 12 years. I kept my energy up because I'm that type of person.
Yeah,
but nevertheless, when we took our shows on the road and we go to Chicago and we're to the Cubs or we go to New York,
this place now, because it's brighter.
Now
everything's repainted. Everybody, even the service was fantastic. But once you get a vibe in a place, it feeds on itself, right? Negatively or positively.
Correct.
So now we got the positive vibes going. So people that sample it, say you haven't been to a Trop game in 10 years or 5 years. And there's a lot of people that went away because of ownership. We all know that.
Yeah.
You come back now and you were there Saturday or Friday or Sunday.
Right.
You're coming back.
Sure.
That was an experience where I paid money. Yeah, but I enjoyed every bit of it.
Right.
That was worth it.
That's
Whereas
wonderful.
before you'd pay your money and you'd be like, that sucked.
Yeah.
I'm not going back for that. And so it was just the hardcore people that would go. And now you're getting a whole new audience, and they'll build on that leading into the new place.
About. I think it's such a buildable format.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, they do that 1999 seat deposit thing right now. Get your ass on. If you want seats in the new place, you better freaking go get that, because that's going to fill up fast if it hasn't already.
Great job. What do we got?
Douglas Batista.
Dougie.
said, if you're going to say something nice about me, I'm going to put it up. Said, JP, thank you for having Bill Carlson on today. You're the only reliable reporter in the market on this topics. Sale of the team, stadium negotiations. Hope to see you next week at the council meeting. I will be there.
Dougie Fresh.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Rick says, Big O and JP, Café con leche por la tarde. Yeah. Love it. Finally, meaningful games. Leche. Meaningful games in September and October. Damn right.
Yeah.
Rick, don't you have anything else to do with your time? It's like 2:30. Where the hell are you guys? Sorry. It's him. He just keeps talking. I'm like, it's fun. We chat. Big Easy. I love this one. It says, born and raised in Tampa. Played baseball and coached in this area. I turn 40 next Friday.
Nice.
All I want is a new stadium. Let's go.
Wow.
This is another thing I've always said, and you can back this up. This area, baseball is so in our fabric, and that's why I was talking to Babby about this. This team is so undervalued. Mm-hmm. Poor attendance, bad stadium. I'm like, when you guys do it right. Wait till you wake up. Every Big Easy, everybody grows up playing baseball, not hockey.
Yeah.
And look what the Lightning have done.
Right.
Now you do it with baseball, grassroots, likable ownership, deep pockets, keep your players, new stadium in Tampa. You think the Lightning sold out a bunch?
Yeah, this is a potential to really blow up properly.
All right, question for you, Hola Orestes from Alejandro. How do we feel, boys, about the AL East holding the majority of spots on the AL playoff roster? That proved that the AL East could be the best division in MLB. Who could we face in the ALDS?
Jury's still out because it's just such a debacle of badness. So when you look again at the wild card, it's hard to say who's going to jump out there. But touching on the AL East, it was expected to be dominated once again by 5, not just 3, but 5 powerful teams in the AL East. The 2 that just got off the terrible starts had multiple injuries, especially Toronto. I will say that Toronto has had, every team has their share of injuries, but they had some really serious pitching injuries. And then Alejandro Kirk went down for an extended period of time. A surprisingly very key figure, quietly, and people are always talking about, Vlad and all their other stars. Springer, it's Alejandro Kirk, not only offensively but behind the plate. He was gone for an extended period of time. Now back, still just don't get Vlad Guerrero Jr.'s season.
Bizarre. He could catch fire at any minute, though.
I don't know. It's bizarro. I don't, more. It arguably, I'm going to say something right now that some people might go, no. Arguably more bizarre than Cal Raleigh's fall off.
Nothing's more. Think about these 3 players.
I'm gonna go ahead, but I'm gonna tell you why Cal Raleigh's dropped off.
I'll go to their numbers,
okay,
and we'll compare. Kyle Tucker, friend of the show, we love him. Kyle Raleigh, and Vlad. Last year to this year, holy shizbang!
Yeah, well, I mean, dude, I'll take a look. Kyle Tucker definitely has not been. You hardly hear about him. He's just been basically pedestrian is what he's been, So he's at 54 RBIs. He's hitting 230, 11. I mean, that's not his normal numbers, right? But all that being said, still Cal's drop off into below 160, 13 home runs, just abysmal. I'll give him that. Last year was just an anomaly. Everything was right. He didn't get injured. He didn't have too many nicks as a catcher does. Because remember, you're always getting nicked up and hit up. That didn't happen. But Cal Raleigh has perennially been a 220 hitter.
Yeah.
He's a 220 hitter who hits 30 home runs and is a top-notch catcher. That's what Cal Raleigh is. And guys like that get paid tens of millions of dollars to be a 220 hitter, 30 jacks, 80, 90 RBIs, and a top-notch catcher. I'll take that all day long. And then all of a sudden he had the one-off where he just went crazy, right? Mainly from the right side, believe it or not. One of the things that people don't realize is that Cal Raleigh really crush from the right side when he's really a much better left-handed hitter. But for some reason last year he hit lefties really well, and bat speed was on point. That's one of the things that stood out to me last year when I was watching him, how quick his swing was from the right side to match the left side. This year, oblique injuries, nicked up, and just abysmal swings. Nevertheless, I don't think people realize what an incredible great hitter our boy from Toronto is. And I just don't get it. I don't get how he just has become. He's not a 220 hitter.
Let me give you the numbers from these three guys.
Vlad is a monster.
Yeah, from Vlad's 2025, he hit 292. Okay, 23 home runs, 84 RBIs, OPS of 848.
Right.
This year he's hitting 263.
Yeah.
7 home runs.
46
RBIs.
Yeah.
OPS of 693.
It's like he's like a second baseman.
Cal Raleigh went from 247.
Yeah, but that's it.
That's 158.
That's an anomaly for him, because if you look at the other years, he's never been up over
average.
High average. 247 was like him hitting 300. Somebody else hitting 300.
60 home runs, 125 RBIs. This year, 13 home runs and 44 RBIs. Now that was in 159 games. That was in 91 games. He only played 91 games.
Yeah, because he's had oblique injuries.
568 is his OPS compared to 940.
But Vlad is the dangerous one.
Yeah.
I obviously, when you go, 2 of them signed massive
deals. So did Kyle, and he was 266. He's down to 230. 22 home runs, 73 RBIs last year, which actually was a down year for him as well. So it's 2 straight down years, 11 home runs. And
he didn't have, he
didn't crush it last year.
That's one of the reasons that he didn't get the 7-8 year deal, because he didn't crush it last year. So I don't know what's going on there, because he's a perennial 30, 90, 300 guy.
Yeah.
Right. The years before.
He's just waiting to get back to Tampa.
Maybe if we can get him on a sweetheart deal after he was done with LA, we'll take him. But the timing will be right. It'll be 3-year deal, because he's getting paid like 50-60 million a year.
Yeah,
for a 3-year deal, and then he just walks over here to Tampa.
2 years. He wanted an out after 2 years.
Oh, he does have he has an opt out.
He has an opt out after next season.
He probably Here's one thing: don't know him. Met him a couple of times. Met his parents. Seems like a low key kind of
very
guy.
Very low key.
And LA's not that.
He is
low key.
I'll tell you, this is a very good analogy. Carl Crawford to Boston, Tampa to Boston.
Yeah, interesting.
And Kyle Tucker to LA. Even though he played in Chicago, LA's a different beast.
But even Chicago, he struggled.
Yeah, true.
So, there's a lot of pressure. Not to say he's not a pressure guy, but there's a big difference playing for the Angels than playing for,
and the money.
For Houston.
The money. Sometimes the money, as you know, is hard for some guys to square. I don't know.
I don't know. I don't see that as much as the money being an issue of him, like, sighing and going, "I'm good," as possibly with Vlad Jr. being a situation where, like, I just signed a $500 million deal, and I'm gonna.
I'm talking more of just pressure to perform because you're getting paid so much money.
I don't see it. I don't see it. I don't. Not especially not for Kyle Tucker, because he's not even the premier player. Even though he signed a massive deal, he's not the premier player of that team.
True.
Freddie Freeman is more pressured than Kyle Tucker is. You know what I mean? And of course Shohei is, and so is Yamamoto. So those guys are the ones that are expected to do shit. Vlad, who's coming in here. Coming off in the last 30 games, he's hitting pedestrian. He's just not sucking, but he's pedestrian. This kid could not be pedestrian. He's got such a beautiful swing. It's just Cal, I could see, because he was a 220 hitter who strikes out a lot, pops up a lot. And if his swing isn't timely right, and if his midsection's not right, I could see abysmal things happening. Cal Raleigh. This is not the case for this dude. He is the moment that I first saw him at a Toronto Blue Jays, when he got called up and he came to Tropicana Field, And it's actually his father was there, and I saw Senior, who I'm friends with, and I looked at him and I go, I told him in Spanish, I go, "Es un monstruo," which is, this guy's a monster. He goes, "Yeah, watch."
Yeah.
And he was hitting bullets to right center and then taking tough breaking pitches and hitting bullets to left center for base hits. So it's beyond just being power.
Yeah.
I just don't understand it. Turned it on last year for, September and October.
Oh, God, he was so good.
He was just so good. Heightened awareness, and then turned it on for the WBC.
Baseball's hard, bro.
It is hard. Don't trust me. I know it. I lived it.
I know.
I struggled through it, and I was successful through it. But the
down times are bad and the good times are good.
But here's what I'm saying. When you have the prowess that a particular hitter like this has, the downtimes should not be this prolonged.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
I
Now,
agree.
a month, 6 weeks, yeah, happens all the time. But for this type of swing, something else has to be in play in your head to prolong this type of a slump, right?
Yeah, agreed.
That's what's going on with that. So it pertains to the Rays. Why? Because they got Toronto for 3. And they got to watch out. They got to, they're in great position, phenomenal.
Mm-hmm.
The Rays have just shored up, extra like a squirrel preparing for the winter with wins, right?
Yeah. No, they built a little pad.
But you still got to be careful, and you still have late in the season. If you falter a little bit through the I don't expect them to, but just in case, you have massive games at the end of September that hopefully will not be necessary to be meaningful. And it starts with taking care of series like the Jays.
Joe Ugenti says, love the baseball. He dropped that off yesterday, the Tropicana.
Yeah, bro.
Baseball.
In fact, I'm giving him
1996. That was from an event.
I'm giving him love.
Yeah, that was from an event in 1996 when the Rays were first.
I remember
Yeah,
this.
they went to the Trop, and they had all the minor league players there. Yeah. And there was an event there. So
how cool is that?
You brought that in just for you.
Yeah, buddy. That's beautiful.
Big Easy says, JP, Simpson hitting leadoff. So after a month of hitting 500, the Rays have their 52 analytics guys have come to the conclusion that, maybe we should have this guy at the top of the lineup. By the way, here's the lineup. Simpson.
Yeah.
Gamarado is in the 2-hole.
Right.
Arana's in the 3-hole, playing first. Yandi's the DH, batting cleanup. Hicks is catching, batting 5th. Mesa Jr. in right field, batting 6th. Mullins batting 7th in center. Palacios playing 2nd, hitting 8th. And Taylor Walls playing short and batting 9th.
Yeah, heavy lefty, left-handed, rightfully so. Yes.
So what about Simpson in the leadoff? Why are you shaking your head? No.
I'm not saying no. I'm just saying that this is, I doubt seriously it's going to be a long-term thing. And I've grown to believe, after feeling like, hey, just let him be the leadoff, out of the gate, right? And out of the gate,
yeah,
he was.
That's what we were talking about.
Struggled. I like him probably in the middle of the pack. I don't like him third, but I like him in the middle of the pack. This kid, because he's a young ball player, has had one of the best adjustment off of Major League Baseball adjusting off of you. Mm-hmm. So the league early on was like, oh my God, this he's dangerous and he's good. Let's adjust. So what was the adjustment? Fastballs up, everything up. Let's see if he starts popping up. He did. He went through the June swoon just like the team did for a little while, popping up. Bro, after he corrected that and started taking those pitches or getting on top of those pitches, because anything, belt high or below, belt high, he bullets it. He doesn't just hit it on the ground. He hits bullets, right? He hits line drives. In fact, his slugging is up since July 1st. So he's added doubles to his game. Not, obviously we haven't seen a home run from him in the major leagues yet. Don't need it. And if it's down in the lower strike zone, he hits it on the ground and runs. But where he's really changed his game is that he's either laying off these pitches smartly, or he's realizing he's got his hands a little higher if you look, and he's getting on top of them, right? He's chopping them and hitting bullets. And there's where the doubles have been coming in. If you look at the extra base hits, they've been on fastballs up in the zone. So kind of handle lefties pretty well too, by the way.
Yep.
Since July 1st, he's hitting at almost a 400 clip, 397. On base percentage, almost at a 400 clip of 398. Since the All-Star break, he's hitting over 400, so you add the extra couple of weeks. Since July 1st, he's had 17 stolen bases out of 18. So he stopped getting thrown out.
Right. Yeah.
So his run scoring has risen dramatically. He's been one of the most important players in the American League since July 1st, not named Caminero or Alvarez.
You're saying why screw with it?
So now, I'm saying why screw with it a little bit.
But I was always about, okay, he wasn't great in the beginning, so put him back down, let him get some confidence, and then bring him back up.
Yeah.
So I'm to that, okay, now you can do this in the big leagues. It's no different at this leadoff spot, not terribly different.
Yeah, but is that how we want to go? Okay, so if this is an experiment or is a one-off by the 55 statty sets,
I think it should
and
be.
And it might be looking at Soriano, and they're thinking, okay, this fits.
Well, I get that, but but fine. But I just don't see how this is a negative. That the guy can hit 300 from both sides. I mean, against both lefties and righties, and he steals bases. Like, he's a prototypical leadoff guy.
Yeah.
I mean, how can you, unless something goes into his head as a leadoff guy and he's just not as good. But I think
you think they might be ready to unleash that
after two. You just freaking laid it out. Yeah. After 2 months of hitting 400,
dramatic.
It's about
6 weeks of hitting 400.
Gee,
and on base percentage of 400.
Right.
So let's get him on. Let's get him over. Let's score him.
I say just
I love it.
Leave him there.
But I'm concerned that hopefully he doesn't play with his head, and he just because he's been kind of hidden most of the season, and that
I get it.
In that 6-hole, 7-hole, 5-hole, they've just kind of hit him in the back. In fact, one of the reasons that he doesn't have that many RBIs is because he doesn't come up to the plate with too many runners on base. He only has 25 RBIs, yet he's hitting 380 with runners in scoring position. So he's very selective, and puts the ball in play. And when out over the plate, like I said, he puts the ball in play with authority. So he's not just a little slap grounder guy. He uses that at the right time, but this guy can swing the bat. So listen, by all means, let's give it a go. I don't know. I don't have a feeling that it's going to be perpetual.
Long term.
Yeah. But
you're probably right on that.
But if he gets
nothing is long term.
If he gets 3 hits and he has a great series and they lead him off and it works, by God, wouldn't I
leave it alone?
Let's look at this. Look at this monster scenario. Caminero, Aranda, Diaz, Hicks. That 4-pack.
Yeah.
Right there will scare any pitcher in the major leagues.
And then you follow that up with the Mesa Valade.
Valade, I don't think is in there today.
I know, but I'm saying just in terms of Mesa Valade platoon.
Yeah, now
that's hitting
it thickens the
26
lineup.
Home runs so far this year.
Correct.
If they were one, I know they're not specifically platooned. He plays other places, but just in general, that's a righty lefty right field thing that is right now, because Mesa has 10 home runs and Valade has 14 jacks?
I think he's got 11.
Okay, so I mean you're getting almost 30 home run production from your right field.
No,
I mean,
phenomenal.
That'll play.
That 4-pack right there is dramatic and also gives you the opportunity to go righty lefty. And and if you bring in a nasty lefty, you pop in Nick Fortes, who's actually been extremely serviceable against lefty pitching. So I hope this maintains, but you know how the Rays, other than the tremendous trio, they're known for jumping around all over the place.
Rick,
he could be leading off today and hitting 9th tomorrow.
Right, no shit. Rick says Stu and T-Kraz went to the game with JP. I said it was an old friend of mine I worked with in TV.
Oh, in TV, not
radio. T-Crest couldn't do TV. He's too ugly.
Oh yeah, well,
way too ugly.
He's too tall. He won't fit in the booth.
Yeah, no, he's not a TV guy.
No, I love T-Crest, man. Good guy.
I'm just tweaking him.
Yes.
He'll hear about this.
No.
I just do it for fun. When he comes at me, it's mean spirited. I just like poking him. I just like poking him.
He's a tall glass of water.
He is. He's a
wonderful guy.
He's okay. All right, that'll do it. Anything else you want to get to, my man?
No, man, we covered
what
it.
A show.
Breaking news. Big Game Baker. Love Ryan, Blade Runner, Johnny DeLuca. The others. I didn't mention Richie Palacios. What a great job he's been doing. Great at bats that Richie Palacios is having. Obviously, hey, by the way, let's give a little shout out to Jorge Mateo.
Right.
One of the best Latino names that you want to. That's Jorge, not George. Yeah. It's Jorge with a J. Jorge Mateo, who came in, pinch ran, scored a run, hit a jack. We've got a dynamic team. Let's keep it going. Nicky Martinez tonight on the mound. So
it's going to be a good one.
It's going to be a good series.
Yep. Yeah. All right, kids. Thank you so much for joining us. Don't forget to become a VIP-terman on our YouTube channel.
It's coming, man. When they decide this, we're right over there.
Yeah.
Right out there in that great Kingmakers Club right there.
Celebration to end all celebrations.
Let's promise it right now. Can you just go out on a limb?
We gotta run it by the boss. They may have something else going.
No.
If able, we're doing it.
We're doing it. We're having a freaking celebration.
Can't wait.
And you know what is gonna happen? We're all gonna be tranquilo y tropical, baby.
Not that day. We will not be tranquilo.
Be drinking tequila and tropical.
Local.
It'll be tequila and tropical.